Okay, students, today I'm going to show you something. It's called the strong line, weak line. It's a principle that some people know, but most of the martial artists don't understand it. If they do understand it, they don't know how it works. So the strong line, weak line is a technique that I show all my students. And it's a principle move, because if you understand it, you can move heavy objects. If you can't, it'll be very, very difficult. And so this is a secret. And I remember when I was early in my career, I had old masters come to our school, Chinese masters, and they can move you with a finger. They'll come and you make yourself strong, they'll move you with a finger. You're stumbling around and wondering how he did that. I had some football players in the class at that time, very strong, but these old masters, they looked like they weighed 90 pounds. They would come and just bing, and have these football players off balance. But what they knew, and what I didn't know at that time, is they were attacking our weak line. And so if you understand where a man or woman is weak, you can always take them off balance. If you don't, then they could take you off balance. So this is a very important principle. So it works like this. So Charles, he's going to take a horse stance, a wide horse stance, and this little pole here is a straight line this way here. Now, the human body only has one strong line of balance, and that's that line that runs through the ankles this way here. So if I put my hand on his shoulder and try to push him over, he should be able to resist me. And that way there. Good. That's his strongest line. Okay, his weakest line is the one that runs 90 degrees to that, and I should be able to move him with a finger, just with my fingers. I should be able to move him back, just with fingers. And you would think, well, Shihan, how do you do that? He weighs, a lot. But the thing is, I'm going on his weakest line, and so I'm attacking right here, this way, that way, just with fingertips. Now, you have the weakest line is the one that runs 90 degrees to that, but they're tangents. I come off on this angle and come this way. That's also his weak line. Okay. Come over here a little bit more, and again, that's his weak line. But if I get to here, I'll break my fingers, because that's his strongest line. I have to know where he's strong, Susan. And when you're matching somebody in the street or in a studio, you have to be able to quickly spot his strong line, weak line. The strong line, weak line also applies from the back. If I get behind him here, okay, again, this is his weakest line. With fingertips, I should be able to pull him off. I should be able to pull him off this way. But if I get to here, I'll break my fingers, because that's his strongest line. So we have to be aware of where the man is strongest. And it's as simple through the ankles. Okay, this is his strongest. So if Charles takes a boxer stance on me, good, and he faces me. Usually, students, when people face you in the street, they don't give you this is a weak line. You don't have that leg back. Yeah. And he has his knees bent this way here, so if this is the bumper on the car, I try to push it, he should be able to resist me, because that's his strong line. His strong line is there. So I would never want to fight Charles on this line. It's suicide for me. So what I'll do, hold that stiff, I'll get off that line. And now I can move him this way here. And I got off. I didn't do this, students, and leap. But by tapping his arm, I keep him busy thinking up here, and I made the shuffle to there. Now I'm on his weak line. So at that point, if I come across with a left hook, he'll fly. His feet will leave the ground, because that's his weakest line. So by you knowing, no matter how if he pushes his feet around, okay, good, okay, I can see where he's weak. It's right through there, that way there. And if I move over here and he shifts, good, it's right there. So if I look at his feet, I can tell where he's weak. And by knowing where he's weak, then I can attack. But I don't want to attack him ever on his strong line, because he's too well based. So if, once again, If Charles grabs my wrist with two hands, okay, now you can face me, Charles. Or take your stand. Yeah, right. And I try to pull away. He should be able to hold me, because that's his strong line. But if I move over just a little bit, just a fraction. So if you're stuck in a situation where you're trying to get away from somebody and you're doing this, something should tell you, I think I'm on his strong line. This one here. And if you just shift, you'll be able to pull them off. So the importance of knowing the strong line, weak line, is it enables you to neutralize strength. He can be very, very strong, but if you know how, and it's just a slight move, just getting into that weak spot there, you have the advantage. So in a contest between two men of equal strength, two men of equal skills, champion wrestlers, it's the man that gets into the pocket the fastest that wins. It's the man. So from here, okay, so we're equally matched. So this way. But the man that gets to here first wins. So you have to always think of the strong line, weak line when we do our moves. So that's the lecture on the strong line, weak line. Thank you, Charles. Okay.